Craig, we're knocked out of the FA Cup today here at Harborough. What are your thoughts on that?
Usually disappointed. I think it's just game of moments today. Obviously the conditions, we knew it were going to be a game of two halves. The first half we had the conditions. 2-0 should have been 4. We should be going in at half time more comfortable than we have, knowing that what we're going to come the second half with the gale force wind and the bombardment that we knew that we were going to get from the directness, balls in the box, long throw-ins, and we just didn't do the right things. We didn't take his chances first half. We took the foot off the gas when we went 2-0 up. We gave away a silly free kick in the silly penalty in the first half, which then gives them, then they're going at half time with their tails up. And then we know we've got to, what we've got to hang on to in the second half is a lot less. And then second half defending our box, kids wouldn't defend, like we have. Didn't win first contact, didn't win second contact, didn't win third contact. Just didn't want to defend the 18-yard box. And we said at half time, made it perfectly clear that the game is going to be simply won in our 18-yard box. Just because of the conditions, just because of the wind, just because of the balls that are going to come in there, and it's going to come in, and we've got to be men, we've got to stand up for each other, we've got to look after each other, and we've got to win his duels. We didn't win one, not one, and that's why we came off, and it was us at the end hanging on to try and get these back to our place to have another go. So yeah, usually disappointing. Like I said, first half we should be going in, the game should be done, and at least giving us a more comfortable position. Going into the second half, we didn't have a comfortable position. We had a 1-goal lead, and it's always going to be hard. And we hung on and hung on, and it was only a matter of time because, like I said, we just did not defend right. We did not defend the right areas right, and then when we did have the ball, we just gave it back. We didn't even string 2 or 3 passes together to try and relieve the pressure, it's usually disappointing.
After such a good start with the 2 goals in the first 15 minutes, then a moment of when Hughesy missed the penalty. Do you think that really affected our momentum when he missed that?
Look, I'm not going to put blame to anyone. I don't do that, in front of in these. He's missed a penalty as a human being. There were many more chances in that first half that we could have taken and we didn't take. It makes a massive difference. It did make a massive difference, but also conceding, with 30 seconds before half time, that takes us in 2-0, which, even then we thought weren't enough. After 20 minutes and being 2-0 up, we're screaming to get the ball back in play because we knew, what we're going to come second half and how hard it were going to be to defend. So, not just the penalty, but lack of other chances that we missed. And I said it, I've just said it before. We took the foot off the gas. We went 2-0 up and just took completely the foot off the gas, and it's come back to bite us in the bum.
And in the second half, obviously, they had a lot of dangerous chances. I mean, we've cleared a few off the line there. Did you feel that it was going to happen? Like by the law of averages, they were going to come back into the game, and we needed to, defend our box better, a bit better.
Yeah, we had to defend our box better. That's all the second half. All the second half we had to do was defend our box. Win the first header, win the second, pick up the base, pick up the second balls, and then keep the ball to relieve it. And we didn't do any of them whatsoever. And it was just a matter of time. It don't matter what you change the system to. It doesn't matter what you change the personnel to. If you don't defend your box, you're going to get punished, and we have.
Obviously now out of the FA Cup, sadly, we turn our attention next week to the league with Hereford, and it's another tough game, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all tough, and we know they're tough every single week. We've got to try. It's very difficult. It is very difficult, and we know what the expectations per game. To try and pick up as maximum points, as many points as we can to give us a good chance of competing in the league. We've got to dust ourselves down, we've got to pick ourselves up. It is usually disappointing today, They ain't a bad bunch. I've said that many a times. There's a lot of good people in there. There's a lot of good talented players in there, and they're a good group. But certain things today weren't acceptable, and we can't take that into other games, and especially next week against a dominant force. That's a big player in this league. So yeah, we have to regroup. We have to dust ourselves down. We have to take disappointment, but we have to be men, and we have to block out any noise, and we have to concentrate on our own game and make sure that we work hard this week to get ourselves back on track.
Thanks, Craig.